Aloha! I am here with my partner Enrica, who a while back got into a system called Human Design, based on astrology and the Kabbalistic tree of life and the chakra system, for gaining personal insight into our really fundamental essence and true self. I was pretty skeptical at first, but after she did a couple of readings for friends and family members that are fundamentally skeptical, she did my chart, and the accuracy of it was absolutely extraordinary. She's decided to start offering chart analysis for people, so we wanted to make this video and kind of share a little bit about what human design is all about, the history of it and the techniques, and then we're going to get into my chart and actually show you guys exactly how it works. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the system and the creator, how it was assembled and engineered?
Yeah, sure. The man who received the human design system is a Canadian man named Alan Krakauer, who later renamed himself Ra-Uruhu, and he was at the time living in Ibiza, and he received the system, which is comprised of other systems which Harley had mentioned previously, like the I Ching and the Kabbalah tree of life. And he received this over the course of 8 days, where he didn't eat or sleep, through what he referred to as the voice. Using your birthplace, your birthday, and your birth time, we can generate a body graph, and in that body graph it creates a unique blueprint of sorts where you can see your type. So this will tell us like the best way that you make decisions and how you interact with the world, and where your energy is naturally inclined to move, and some major themes or traits that you have. So the 4 types in the world are the generator, which is the most common. That makes about 70% of the people. And in that category is also the manifesting generator, which is fundamentally a generator. And then there's a projector, a manifester, and a reflector. Generators are the people that bring in the life force energy because they have a defined sacral center. And then the projectors are those, they don't have a sacral center defined. However, they are meant to guide and refine systems that are already existing. And manifestors are the initiators of the world. They initiate from whatever motor center that it's connected to.
So we're going to jump into my chart on the computer now and show you guys some more of the technical details of how it all works and explain what gates are. And anybody that follows me, you'll see right away that the accuracy and the specificity of this chart is almost unsettling. The benefit of it is really that sometimes having an objective reflection that is not susceptible to our own dissonance and interference patterns from our own thoughts and limitations that we have about ourselves and apply to ourselves can really help us to gain some clarity and have some definition moving forward on our journey.
Here we can see Harley's chart, and first off, his type is projector, and projectors are here to refine a system or guide people and become experts at a specific thing. Harley's inner authority here is self-projected, which is not so common, and a self-projected projector is here defined by the G center. So a self-projected projector is someone that needs to speak aloud in order to organize their thoughts and energies efficiently in order to make the right decisions for themselves. Okay, so here in these 2 columns we can see this is where the gates are. Gates are like themes that a person has going on in their life, and the top 4 ones are, these are what make up the incarnation cross. Incarnation cross is about 70% of how somebody experiences their reality. So a dominating theme in Harley's life is this gate 8 here, which is actually in his throat chakra or throat center. And this is in his sun personality. The 8 is all about contribution and a drive to express one's unique gifts, and is all about authenticity, and making a difference in the world. So this is actually a full channel here. As you can see, the 8 to the 1. The 1 Harley has in the Uranus, and the Uranus is about your humanitarian efforts, your uniqueness, and it has more of a revolutionary theme. So I want to elucidate a little bit more about this channel since it is so dominant in Harley's graph. So gate 1 to 8. So specifically going back into gate 1, as I said, Uranus is about rebellion, but it's also deeply about doing things differently and having a new innovative approach to whether it's creative expression or shaking old beliefs. And since he has a full channel, it can really help to break people out of mainstream thinking. And so this gate can be very inspirational to people, or also very triggering, especially to those people that are not living in alignment with themselves. And I didn't go into auras, but it's pretty significant because Harley is a projector. A projector will have quite a direct penetrative aura. So if he was a generator and had this channel, it would be expressed quite differently. It would likely be more gentle, but that is not necessarily what the world needs. This channel together, 8 to 1, is the channel of inspiration. So the 1 is specifically about pure creative self-expression. This channel, I feel like, has a lot to do also with how he expresses himself musically. He has like a raw creative drive for creativity and expressing himself, and I think that really comes through in his music. And then the other notable channel, which is a big theme here for his YouTube, is the channel here 64 to 47. This connects the head to the crown. And this is the channel of abstraction. So this channel of abstraction is a channel for receiving downloads from the universe, which gives him like a direct connection to receive pieces of the puzzle. And a lot of times these things will just come through randomly, like it'll almost feel unprompted. And the cool thing here is that he has this hanging gate 63, so he doesn't have this full channel here, you can see. However, this still helps this whole channel. So this is more like a left-brained one. So yeah, what's cool about it is that this still like channels into here. So this 63 is going to be assisting him in like conceptualizing and organizing this abstraction. And then it channels into here where he formulates and conceptualizes these thoughts.
So wasn't there something about a channel 11 or something that was like significant too?
Oh, well, yeah. Gate, that's what I have.
Gate 11? Or it's not?
Well, that's another interesting aspect about how people relate to the world. So Harley here is a split definition, right? And this just means that he has two islands, so to speak, that aren't directly connected. So these two aren't directly connected to here. So this just means that it can take a little more time for the information from these areas to fully connect. Yeah, of course you can train and develop it, but it generally will take more time unless you're consciously aware of it. However, I have a dormant gate 11. So I am actually like the ideal person for Harley to talk to about, everything he's thinking, and also in regards to like direction or his identity. So I bridge these two things for him. So it should actually allow him to gain even more clarity when he's with me and speaking with me.
I noticed also that my environment is mountains, and I was born in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I lived in the Colorado Rockies, and then I lived on the West Coast mountain range, and now I live in the Andes. Mm-hmm. Even when we lived in the Amazon, actually, we were in the mountains for the most part.
So to conclude a brief analysis of this chart, We can look also at the undefined centers. Undefined centers are areas where we receive and reflect from the outside world more. So these are more likely to be conditioned. So even though, for example, Harley has a strong sense of identity and direction, he might not have a consistent self-worth. And also, since he has this emotional solar plexus, he is also an empath. So this also means that by himself, he can typically be like more neutral, but then with other people, he may be more affected, which is like basically the empathic trait of absorbing somebody's emotions and even amplifying it. So these undefined centers also amplify the energy from outside.
So there's an overview of the system. If you guys know me at all, then you know how eerily accurate that was. I was really actually shocked when I heard of the downloads aspect. A lot of the just sort of mechanisms, the way my mind interacts with my emotions, and there's a lot more information here that we're not going to get into. We just want to kind of give you a scan of what this system is about. But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting and extraordinarily accurate. So if you guys are interested in having a chart analysis done, you can shoot Enrica an email. It'll be in the description. And we're going to do a live stream to answer questions after the premiere of this video. So we'll see you in the chat. Thanks for watching.